local history, local culture, local events, your community. This is the Joe Kelly Show.
Hi there, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. Our guest is Utica's Mayor, Rob Palmieri. He just started a new term. We're going to be talking to him about all things Utica. But before we do that, we're going to say good to see you again. Welcome.
Joe, it's good to see you as I see you every comic game
Every
that we're
comic
together.
game. Yeah.
It's absolutely good to be back here.
Yep, good. It started off the new year with a new kind of inaugural thing. In the past, you got inaugurated down at the Utica Common Council Chambers. This year, it was down on Genesee Street, Bank of Utica. Boy, it seemed to go good. The inaugural, the celebration.
It's something that we hope that's going to be a tradition for the city for a long time coming. This is something that's been in the works for roughly 3 years with the Bank of Utica and Barry and Tom Sennett. And it was planned and went over better than we anticipated. There was a buzz out there that you're feeling throughout the entire city and the area, but this was actually something tangible. People went out, had a great time, enjoyed the music, enjoyed the entertainment, the ice sculptures, and just the fact that you had that big city feel in a great community.
Yeah, and you got a break with the weather.
We did. It was a little scary because welcome to Utica, New York.
Yeah.
In 24 hours, you could have the Four Seasons.
Right.
And it's not the musical group, that's the weather. But yeah, at 5:45 got a little bit, we had an emergency alert of a snow squall, and everybody kind of hunkered in at that point, but it went over extremely well. It was really to honor the public safety, police and fire of the city of Utica, and all the first responders out there. So. It was a great, which we feel it's going to be a great tradition as we look forward to next year.
So the decision has been made to do it again?
The decision has been made. We met yesterday with an after-action meeting, and I think we've looked at some things to add to it and the excitement of it. And I think the best thing is that all the merchants down there really enjoyed and had a very robust New Year's Eve. It was exciting. Downtown from the Stanley all the way down was busy. You had Mo there, so that was packed.
Yeah.
You had people going in and out of the Fort Schuyler Club into Modus, throughout Delta, Hotel, Utica.
Even places like Ed Lasik. I mean, Ed Lasik had a little party, a private party in there.
And why wouldn't he? He's been there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's the roots of our downtown.
Yeah.
Belzano was walking around enjoying it. So it was a good feeling. It's one of those feelings that you hit it out of the park when people have smiles on their faces and are walking around. They're going to say, are we going to do this again next year? And this is outstanding. Yeah. And you saw a variety of people. You saw young kids with their families, and you saw couples out there. You saw grandparents out there. It was just overwhelming. It was really a good feeling to enjoy, and both myself, Megan, Barry, and everyone that was involved, we had that kind of a glow of a smile on our face because we thought it would be okay, good. We didn't think that it would be as good as it was.
You said some new things for next year. What are you thinking of?
Well, I think you always add to what was successful. So I think we'll add to the fact that where you position the bandstand. What do we do more for engaging the kids at an earlier hour? Along those lines is the fact that make this a user-friendly for all that are coming in. I think maybe more involvement with the public safety, police and fire. Maybe we have a cook-off of some sort, competitive between the two of them. I think the fire department may win because they do a great job at cooking.
Right.
They're there for 24 hours. But again, it's to really maybe have the kids more in touch with the police and fire and build that bridge as we're going forward.
You had all your kids there.
I had all 13 of my grandchildren and 5 of mine. It was, as I said, it was a great feeling, and everyone did just a wonderful job. I mean, you had Michelle Truitt involved. You had Gina Scampone involved. You had Megan. You had Barry. You had so many people that came together for this that it was seamless, and it showcases what the city's all about, of making something grow to this level. We're looking to be that this will be a tradition, as you see the 4th of July parade, St. Patrick's Day parade, having people coming out and enjoying the downtown and making sure maybe families are staying overnight now. And they go out for dinner and then they come out into the streets and they go back into the hotels where There's much to do in the city of Utica. There was a comic game that was
Yeah.
prior to that at 5 o'clock, so that was exciting. So, I mean, the city of Utica is alive and well.
Yeah. There was a talk about a ball going up.
Right.
What's
So we had a countdown this
Yeah.
year, and again, we did some commercials that were kind of fun, that there is no ball drop this year. But that may be something that will be looked at with the senates as we move forward. And you know, you got to make sure from an engineering standpoint of view, it's something
Right.
that is doable. But the countdown, the fireworks were spectacular. And you know what's amazing? It was only roughly 5 minutes of the fireworks, but everybody was just overwhelmed by it. And then the people who watched it, because it was streamed live through WUTR, it just, everybody has come up to me. It's very seldom a lot of people come up to you, they'll find fault with something.
Yeah.
You know, somewhere, somehow, it was probably 99% of the people just said, wow, this was great, make sure you do it next year. The only negative is going to be weather dictates to us.
Yeah.
You know, you can't predict what the snow, the wind, the rain, that would be the only thing that would be a drawback. Unlike your Boilermaker, unlike some of the other events, you're in the summer months, and you kind of, you have more of an opportunity at this point. But it was, the ice sculptures, people were outstanding. People were waiting to get into the restaurants. There was a line. It was, everybody you talked to was, success is what makes this area different.
I'm just curious, who supplied those heaters that were along the street?
That was all through Barry and putting this together. All the people that, I mean, they put a lot into it.
Yeah.
Barry and Tom, the Senate's Bank of Utica, did a wonderful job at this point, and they're only looking to grow from this point.
Speaking of putting a lot into it, boy, I tell you, the Senates have put a lot into that building. That building is just beautiful.
It's a gorgeous building, and it really replicates what's happening in our downtown. You know, a mere 8 years ago, you had 12 vacant properties, commercial properties. We don't have anything any longer. It's all being restored, retrofitted, whether it be the Rite Aid building, the Catholic bookstore. Look what the Pez did with the HSBC building, which was scheduled for demolition. Now you have Ocean Blue, you have Landmark at full capacity. The New Century building is being repurposed, the Kemp building. It's really an exciting time for the city of Utica. And then you go a little bit farther to the west of that, the auditorium looks magnificent.
Let me talk about the west side when we come back from this
Sure.
break. Mayor Rob Palmieri is our guest, and we're talking about the city of Utica. Lots more to talk about. Short break, right back.